you know, the question is, have all the boys fallen out? Is someone to blame? Is it Weller? Is he a prick? Has he ditched these two to be friends with Elliot again? I know that's what a lot of you are thinking. But today, we're here to address it all. I've even written notes.
That's good. That's good.
But yeah, we're here to address it all. And first and foremost, I want to say, Theo.
Oh no, where's this going?
How are you?
Really good, actually. Like, genuinely.
You don't hate me.
No, at one point I did.
You did?
I did hate you. But I was telling Luke in the car.
I
was telling Luke in the car, I woke up on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And you know, I put in the group chat, like, looking forward to this. I woke up and all the animosity had just drained from me. And I was like, everything had gone and everything was settled after our phone call.
Okay.
So this is where I think is a good point to take it back to the start, because there's a lot of confusion.
Actually, can I say I didn't hate you. I think hate's a bit strong. I had animosity towards him.
I mean, you can say there was a strong dislike, I think, on both of your behalves. But I do think we'll get to that, and it will become clear to everyone sort of why it was very handbags.
Do you hate me?
Yeah.
Well, now?
No. Do you know what? I think a lot of it was just a big load of, confusion. At that point, at the point at which we basically had our fucking huge argument and WAFFLIN was over forever, I think we'd all got to a bit of a point where we were like, the idea of WAFFLIN wasn't like the most lovely idea. It was a bit like, oh, fuck, we have to. Oh, no, we have to. Mixed in with me, like, last minute cancelling. And just like, I think that all together. And then like the miscommunication of when you guys went out on our Instagram and said, WAFFLIN's over. And I wasn't there and I would have probably done it a lot differently and all of that. And then I took things that you did as though you were trying to do something that you weren't, and vice versa. And the big moral of this whole story, guys, is fucking communicate.
Yeah, 100%.
Because that is what has been the breaking down of all of this. And I don't know whether we're here today right now with you saying that you're not doing WAFFLIN anymore and that's it's over, or what. But I just think it's important, and I think we all do, that this takes place with you guys with us right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so Malfoy, what's going on?
Wait, we'll take it back to the start, right? We got into like a regular filming pattern, and then it did get to a point where it was getting a bit hard to film.
Well, yeah, it was after Rock the Boat, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Don't Rock the Boat.
Oh, yeah, Don't Rock the Boat.
Yeah, because I came back and I was battered in, and every time the idea of filming anything or doing anything, I was just like, oh my God.
Well, we said at the beginning, like, it will take you 2 months to like
recover
that.
Yeah.
Ordeal.
Yeah, and obviously in my head, I'm like, we do, wait at the beginning, we started WAFFLIN because it's us lads doing this because we like it. We like having a chat, and this, when it becomes like, oh, we have to do this, or we feel like we're forcing it, well, then that's not what this is about. And I guess like I almost took that in very literally, but almost saw it, totally just from my point of view. If I'm not up to that, no, we're not doing it.
And that's why at the beginning, me and Luke, when we sort of like stopped filming, like, off camera, didn't say anything. Me and Luke wanted to say something and you didn't, because you felt it was for us, wasn't it?
What is in like make a podcast saying it's done, it's over?
No, not necessarily, just say explaining the situation, being open.
Me and Theo were also at a bit of a crossroad, because obviously when we did put that video out saying WAFFLIN is essentially done, everyone started blaming you.
Yeah.
Which like that was unfair, because on the surface it was me and Theo saying it's over. Like, you hadn't said I don't want to do this anymore, boys, but me and Theo had said to each other, if it's not consistent, we don't want to do it, because we want it to be something that is regular and sort of well respected, as much as you can respect the sort of things we talk about. But and we feel like that was impossible to achieve. So the best thing to do was to just sort of stop it, as I think we would have got to a point where we would have got annoyed with you, and it would have started winding us up. And then I think the viewers, the fans would have then got pissed off of it, because I felt like they already were at a point where it's like, right, it's Sunday, where is it? It's like, oh, they've not done work again.
I said on the phone to you, I said, at the time, we thought it went well. We thought we were doing the right thing of being honest. But in hindsight, we should have done it as a 3. And that's what we wanted from the start.
Was that regarding the live stream?
Live stream, yeah. That's what we wanted from the start, but because of the way you said you didn't want it, that we felt
But I said I would do that live stream. It was more of the like you boys said, and then like 20 minutes later you did it.
No, we gave you a lot of time. We did tell you when
said,
it was.
Yeah, but I said, let me know when you guys are doing it. You didn't say, you then literally proceeded to go and say, oh, we're going to do it now, yeah? And then within half an hour, you were on and you'd done it.
Yeah, we did tell you it was going to be in the afternoon.
No, yeah, you said you'd let me know when, and that was where I felt let down, is because like, fuck, they've literally just like, they've not even given it like an hour or so or anything, or even tried to call. They've just gone and done it. And then the stuff that you came out with, I know you were trying to, say the right thing, but it's when like you're saying, oh yeah, Wafflin's done, but me and Luke are going to do our own podcast now and not do it with Joe. We're going to get a different YouTuber. I was like, hang about. Obviously, I didn't know that it was about a completely separate kind of podcast, but that's what I'm saying. You got to understand how that would have come across to me. Do you know what I'm saying?
100%. I do, like, that would... It does come across as like, it's like, well, he doesn't give a shit. Let's just get someone else in, and that is how it would come across if you didn't know that. Yeah, we were just going to do this football sort of orientated podcast, which was something that we had you had mentioned it to me like
we were
prior.
really into FPL at the time. That's why.
Yeah,
I'm trying to still be.
Yeah, and that's calm.
But I thought the reaction from that was not correct at all. I think you realised that as well. The way you said whatever we did would be shit, I felt a bit like that's my friend saying that.
That's the thing. It wasn't whatever you do. It was like if you try and do a different podcast, it's like Wafflin. It'll be shit compared to Wafflin.
But even so, as a friend,
I believe that now. This is the best combo there is.
Yeah. I think what your problem was and this was the only time where I didn't stay neutral in the whole thing, because I did feel like a middleman the whole time. But the one time I did think like you were a bit of a dick was when you did say that, because even though I do understand the point you're making, it looks as if we're just like phasing you out. So you like whether you just retaliated in the sense of like, well, like that's pretty harsh, I'm going to be pretty harsh. I did feel like Theo, like it would have just been nice to support your friends and be like, I understand that this is like something that we haven't even created. It's just naturally something that has worked out to be really good, and we're fortunate for that. But yeah, if we were going to do something, it would have been nice for you to be like, I wish them all the best. Like, I think they'll do really well.
Yeah. And if you said, oh, look, we're thinking of doing this like football show that we've been thinking about for a while anyway. Oh yeah, by the way. But even, I think, firstly, even utilising that Wafflin live stream where you're saying that Wafflin's over to promote a new podcast, that's instantly like, hang about, like regardless of what it is, that doesn't sit right with me a little bit. But regardless, if you had came out and said, oh, yeah, we're doing a football thing that was completely separate and we've been thinking about this for a while, fair play, boys. 100% I would have been like, sit well on them. Like, they obviously like doing podcasts, go for it. It's purely the fact that it seemed like you were going to make another Wafflin and just replace me. And that's the thing. No, if any of you boys, so if you saw me and Luke do that, you'd get livid and you probably feel the same.
Yeah, no, I can put myself in your shoes there, and I do understand, because it's like, all I'm saying is the whole thing was reactionary on everyone. Me and Theo were desperate to sort of get this pressure of like, no waffling every Sunday off our backs. So as a reaction, we did this live stream where nothing was really well thought out. As a reaction, you then sort of like went off on Theo in the group chat, and then like Theo was obviously like fighting back. I
got kicked out of the 3-person group chat.
You did then get kicked out, and it was all it was just reactions, and none of us taking any time to think, to even talk to each other about these things, and we could have come to a I think for me personally, during that like couple of weeks, it was when I messaged you. Well, I tried to message in the group and I was like, oh, wait, I got kicked. That was quite funny.
No, it wasn't funny. A little bit funny, but like I was actually quite hurt, like very deeply hurt by that.
I think so was I. Because when I think in that group chat, the reason why I got to a point where I kicked you out is because I was saying, like, bruv, like obviously everything I've just sort of said there about how it's come across like you're trying to make a new Wafflin, what the fuck, how are you not seeing what I'm trying to say now? You were just turning it around like I was some crazy psycho girlfriend sort of thing, and just not seeing any of my points. And then in retaliation, I was just not seeing really any of your points. And then there was that, and I was like, fuck this, kick. And it was stupid, it was petty, it was immature, and it's not a way that anything will ever be solved like a fucking grown up.
then
Like, we're 25, do you know what I mean? And that's where I'm saying, like, I fucked it. We all pretty much fucked it in some ways. In this communication wise, number one, I shouldn't have kicked you out of the fucking waffling group chat. We have got another one again now. It's called Not Waffling Tossers. Anyway.